What's going on, guys? This is Sergeant Merrill here, and I'm pretty excited to introduce this new layout. I was sitting at work and I was trying to find a way to organize my thoughts on how to tackle this next PsyOps video, and someone switched the channel to ESPN on the Office TV. And you know what? I was like, hey, these sports commentators, what they're doing isn't so different from what we game commentators are trying to do, which is give you guys a lot of information in a short amount of time and in a way that is both convenient and presentable. Given my background in journalism and how much I know everyone loves to watch ESPN, I decided that my PsyOps series is going to change, and you're hopefully looking at the new face of it. I may tweak it, and I may even change the name, guys, so based off of your feedback, I'm going to make some changes. So I encourage you to get involved and help me improve this. Now, the overall point is that I want it to be topic-based and powered by helpful graphical overlays, intelligent analysis, and clear direction. So based off of all that, maybe you guys can help me come up with a new name for this. To the left, you're going to see all the topics that I want to cover in these videos, and the selector will indicate what topic I'm currently on. This is going to make it easy for you guys to instantly know what you can expect out of this video, and it's also going to allow you to skip ahead to a topic that may interest you the most. Today, we're going to be talking about the map discovery, and we're going to be going over some information that you can put in the back of your mind when this map comes up on your playlist. First, let's talk about some common class setups that are used for this map. And did you see that little transition with my selector over there? I'm really glad that actually worked out. Took me a while. Anyway, moving on. There are some long lines of sight on this map, so expect a lot of snipers and long-range assault rifles. SMGs, they have some uses for clearing out the power positions, but for the most part, you're going to want to need some range if you want to be dynamic enough to hold down a firing lane. My recommendation for this map would be to use a G11 or an M16 if you want to focus more on range kills, or any one of the accurate automatic rifles if you want to be somewhere in between. As a secondary, I would use a launcher because it's relatively easy to shoot down any air support that the enemy gets up. Now, as far as perks, I usually roll with lightweight, sleight of hand, and either marathon or ninja. It's a large map, so that combination can allow you to be a deciding factor in important offensive and defensive movements by getting there quicker. It might also be a good idea to give up lightweight for flak jacket, because if you're playing domination like I usually do, Bravo is an absolute war zone. You can expect a very large amount of grenades to be thrown onto that bridge, and they are very effective because of the barriers on each side of the flag that stop the grenades from rolling too far away before they explode. So if you're rolling with a team, make sure a couple guys have flak jacket before you head into this map. Now, as far as spawn points and objectives, spawn points are a little wacky on this map, and they're pretty spread out on each side, so it's easy to get caught in a crossfire if you get too far into enemy territory. These are the main spawn points, and I may have missed one or two, but looking back at this video, these are the ones that I'd seen the most. So if you're one of those people who like to spend a lot of time at the enemy's flag, these are the points that you're going to need to watch out for. Now, as far as objectives, I mostly play domination, so I can tell you that these are where the flags are located, and let me tell you, this is not a map that you want to triple cap, because there is no quick and easy way to get from Alpha to Charlie. It's kind of a long hike, so focus on holding down your own flag and keeping them off Bravo. It's crucial to capture Bravo at the beginning of this game too, because once people start setting up firing lanes to the side, it becomes very difficult. There is not a lot of cover on the sides of the bridge, and it can quickly become a turkey shoot. A turkey shoot. It's funny for me. If you try to capture it when enemies are watching from the sides. And that's also something that you can take advantage of if you have set up a firing lane from the side. There is no cover for them. But on a different note, I also want to show you the high traffic areas on this map, which we can easily see by pulling up those statistics that you see from the theater mode, which I highly suggest. After having a couple games, you can see where all the deaths were on a map, and all those red dots you see are the deaths. And so from there we can apply that to the video so you can get a better idea of where people are getting killed the most. And these are the areas that you need to have the highest amount of situational awareness in. You need to watch your corners, keep yourself inside of some cover, and make sure your weapon is up and ready for a gunfight in these areas, because they are danger zones. If you haven't noticed though, this area to the side is not utilized very often, mostly because it's so far out of the way from any objectives. So for you guys that are using the lightweight marathon, this is a good route to take to flank the enemy. You may catch yourself in 1 or 2 gunfights running through this route, but for the most part, people are staying away from it, so use it. Now, on to power positions and firing lanes. As far as power positions, this building is the key to success on this map. Hold it and you will have the ability to cut off any of the main routes that they would use to capture Bravo or flank around you. except for that back path which we just mentioned, but you can have someone checking on that occasionally and you should be just fine. These other buildings, they're great if you need to gain the advantage over people in the surrounding area, but they will not win the match for you. The lines of sight that they offer just are not dynamic enough to hold people back past Bravo. So, I would not post yourself up in these buildings for too long, okay? There are just better positions for you to be in. Now, if the enemy has overrun you, they're good to jump inside, milk a few kills, and then move on. So, use those for that advantage. Now, as far as firing lanes, I'm going to say that holding Alpha and Bravo is going to be your best choice on this map. So, based off of that knowledge and the fact that you want to use these power positions in these buildings, I think that these are going to be the best firing lanes if you want to hold them back onto their flag. Now, I wouldn't have everybody standing still the entire time. It's good to have somebody that's wandering around and helping in any of the weak area. So, that's going to about cover it as far as my breakdown on this map. There's a lot more that you can cover as far as claymore placement, some jump spots and stuff like that, but I know T-Mark does a great job of that, so you can head over to his channel and find out more there. But I can say that this is my favorite map as far as the downloadable content is concerned. It's very predictable, it has very clear-cut paths, and it's a lot of fun. It really comes down to your team skill, and that's what I think maps should be all about. Now, I'm going to come off my script here for a second, and I'm going to talk about something that's really important to me, and it's the Wounded Warrior Project. I'm not sure if you've noticed on my channel, but when my channel gets partnered, I want to be able to give back to some of my comrades that were not as lucky as me. It's kind of an emotional subject for me, so I don't want to get too far into it. But you know, not everybody makes it back. Not everybody makes it back in one piece. So, what the Wounded Warrior Project is, it's an organization that provides back to soldiers and their families, and that means a lot to me. So, if my channel ever gets partnered, I can tell you that half of all my revenue generated by this channel is going to them. So, please help me reach that goal. And if you cannot wait until I get partnered to start providing for this organization, I have links in my About Me section, and you can go ahead and donate there directly to them, which I highly recommend. It's a great organization, guys, and they're doing awesome things. So I'm going to leave off this video on that note, and I also want to say that I would like to have any comments and suggestions from you guys, please, because I want to move this forward in a good direction, and for that I need your help. I stare at this video for hours and hours on end, and sometimes I get a little lost and things don't come out the way that I want them to. So that's where you come in. You're all getting fresh eyes on this, so help me make it better. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, and thank you so much for your support. This is Sergeant Merrill, out here.